Yo, welcome back, you adorable people. Today I'm in one of the most dangerous red light districts in the world, and today I'm going to ask people on the street if they have a solution to one of the most pressing problems in the world. Let's find out what they have to say. How can we rid society of drugs forever?
Well, actually, I think that is the wrong question to ask. I don't think you will ever be able to fully ban drugs. It's just, making it safer for the community and for the users. People are gonna keep on doing it, whether they make it in their bathtubs or buy it from someone else. People are gonna do drugs, and it's more about, as a society, how can we make things safer for these people, safer for the community, and, not spend taxpayers' dollars on things that, could be dealt with in other ways.
I reckon if you offered people Tim Tams rather than drugs, they'd say yes.
Legalizing it.
I think if police conduct a crackdown in the areas that are suspected to have drugs, or among people who are suspected to have drugs, and they conduct really thorough crackdown, I think it can help to get rid of the problem.
I think education. Yeah, I think just educating people, like where to get help and free clinics, I think that would be really good, instead of just throwing money at the situation.
Well, I'm not sure about ridding them, but people are going to do drugs either way. So if you legalise them, maybe, and regulate them, tax them, it won't be so dangerous, and people won't have to resort to going doing all sorts of shit. You don't know what's in those drugs you buy off the street. If you buy it from a chemist or something, there's no problem in it, and people are just going to be less inclined to do it because it takes the fun away.
To reduce unemployment and to make sure that people will not go into drugs just because they're stressed or they don't have money for food, or they tend to commit crimes just because they're unemployed or they don't have much money to spend to get over the day. So I guess killing these people, killing the drug pushers and the drug users wouldn't be the best way, because I think it's just a band-aid solution. Focus on the needs of those who uses it and why are they using it. We have to understand why.
Forever. Well, I think you need to find out why people take addictive drugs, and you'd have to do that individually, find the reason for doing it, and see if you can solve the problem that they have.
I'm Andrew Woodhouse, President of the Potts Point and King's Cross Heritage Residents Society. We have the highest drug use of Australia on the streets here, which has been a major concern. Increased crime and antisocial activities. The answer to your question is to direct government funds to the source of the problem. And by that I mean drug users are in a vicious vortex and a downward spiral of increased drug use, increased monetary dependence, lack of lifestyle and amenity, often unemployed with psychological problems. The answer is to have them brought before a magistrate when they are charged, and then taken to a rehabilitation centre where they are weaned off drugs permanently and given full health care and a new lifestyle choice with increased chances of a career. That is very expensive. It means a specialist program, a specialist building away from this area, and will mean that once they're off drugs, they'll be able to return to society to lead a happy and productive life that benefits them and, importantly, the whole of society.
If you haven't already, make sure you click on that subscribe button and also click on the bell icon so you get notified every time I upload a video from now on. Now, why did I do this topic? We see there's an acquaintance of mine. He's in the YouTube community or family, as you could say, and he's been taking too many drugs lately, and just detrimental behavior, going home and doing nothing else but taking drugs. He's not motivated. His life is in a spiral going down,
And only a couple of weeks ago, I, in no uncertain terms, told him where to go. And I don't need any people like that in my life, but I did it for him. You see, I did it for him. I wanted him to know that he is destroying his life, he's destroying his relationships, and he's detrimental to everybody around him, and I don't intend on having anything to do with him anymore unless he cleans up his act. And so that's why I made this video, because it's a touchy subject, it's a pressing subject to me and a lot of people around me right now. And I, as a young child, I grew up around a lot of drugs within my family as well. And that's what inspired me to make this video. So I hope you enjoyed it, I hope you learned something, and I hope we can possibly do something about the drug problem in our societies in the future. So, I'll see you guys next Friday.
They call him Dave Hui, but his name is Dave Lee, posting controversial videos on the daily, answering all the questions that people want to know, using backdrops of Sydney in every video. Watch the show, Dave's got nowhere else to go. No alcohol, but Dave's questions bring out Asian glow. He's so amazing, yo, full of inspiration, walking as he's stalking hot Asian chicks at train stations. No occupation, except for motivation, assisting cultural clashes through comedic integration. He used to be crippled like some broken chopsticks, now he's interviewing super smoking hot chicks. You want the best advice that Dave ever gave me? Check out Asian Twist on YouTube by Dave Lee. So come